evening. I'd like to welcome you all to our annual summer graduation ceremony. We are extremely proud of all of our summer graduates, 34 total. So congratulations, we are so proud of you. My name is Nicole Weitzel. I am the Director of Secondary Education, and I'm going to introduce Dr. Gwendolyn Diggs, the Chief Learning Officer, for welcome and introductions. Good evening. Good evening. You're graduates, so I'm happy and excited for you. I am, as Ms. Nicole myself said, the Chief Learning Officer, and I'm here to welcome you, which I know that you already feel that because we're so excited to have this event happening today. But we have our Board of Education here, and we're thankful for them. We're thankful for the parents and our graduates. My part is, as I said, to welcome you. So I want to just start by saying that this is such a momentous occasion to have our students before us and just to recognize you for your achievements. And it's really a significant word to me because this is a momentous time in your life. And it describes the countless moments that you've had to come to this point. I'm almost kind of speechless because I'm seeing some students' faces that I had when I was at the elementary level. But I'm going to continue. Thank you for your commitment, students, that you've had. Thank you for the parents that have stood behind your students and pushed them along the way to bring them to us and for us to help them achieve their goals. In education, we do something called plan, study, do, act, and that's what I want you to continue to do. Continue to plan for your future. Continue to study. We never stop learning. Take action, do things that will propel you into the next level so that you can be successful. You are successful, and thanks again for just what you've done to make it to this point. Thank you, parents and caregivers, family members, everyone that had a hand in it, everyone in the audience. Thank you. Thank you to our educators, and thank you to our superintendent for the mission and vision that he has for you to continue to be successful. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Diggs. I would now like to introduce Ms. Betty Fagan, Interim Principal of McClure-South Berkeley High School, for her summer graduates.
I want to say good evening to the board, to Dr. McCoy, to Margie Real, parents and guests and friends. It is my honor to represent McClure-South Berkeley High School. I have 3 that graduated during the summer program. So I just wanted to leave them with a few words of wisdom, and I really thought about what could I say to impact their lives. We're very close, these 3. I've had them since middle school. And I think I'm going to leave them with this thought, and that is the thought on character. That is your legacy, your character. As I've attended numerous funerals last week and 2 this week, the one thing that really stands out is that when we go to funerals, what do people get up and say about the individuals that have passed? Usually they speak about their character. They don't talk about the greatness of how many awards they won or how many people they helped, but they do talk about their character. If they were loving, if they were a family member, if they were giving to their community. So I'm going to say to my graduates, and we've talked about this a lot through PBIS, positive behavior intervention. Your character is your legacy. If you say yes, let your yes be yes. If you say no, let your no be no. Don't be wishy-washy. Stand up for what is right. Be patient, be loving, be kind to all of mankind, because that is your character. So when you pass from this earth, how will they immortalize you? What will they say about you? Will they say that you did this, you did that? Will they speak positively or negatively about you? And you guys know what I'm talking about because we just had a conversation. So I am so proud of you guys. And I get to say guys because I don't have any girls. But I am so proud of you guys because I know your struggles. I know what we talked about in the office. I know what we talked about in the comments in the cafeteria. And I know the struggles that we've been through. But I am just as pleased to be standing here and to honor you tonight because you guys have put forth a tremendous effort. and you have made it. And I'm just so proud of you. Families, you guys know what I'm talking about too. I am so proud of my graduates. So thank you. Now I'm going to introduce Mr. Lukey. He was our senior principal who also worked with these guys. And he's going to call their names and I'm going to be able to shake their hands.
Mr. Anthony R. Caldwell. Mr. Damian Johnson. And Mr. Quincy J. Pearson Hartz.
Congratulations, McClure South Berkeley graduates. I would now like to introduce Mr. Gary Spiller, principal of McClure High School, who will present the McClure graduates.
Good evening, my comments. Again, I am extremely proud of each and every one of you. The class of 2013 is a very special class to me. You guys demonstrate and put out there what we're all about with that drive, the determination, the fight, but most importantly, the talent. The talent. Right now, I'm sitting here looking at 13 of our students from the class of 2013. And I'm extremely, extremely proud of you. And I'd like to ask everybody in this room to give these guys a good round of applause. I am honored and blessed to be your principal. I know in talking to a couple of you guys tonight and about your future plans, some of you have mentioned college, some of you have mentioned the military, some of you guys have mentioned other future endeavors which include the workforce. And that's awesome. But I want to remind you guys that there's 3 things that got you here today. 3 things that helped you guys to get to this point of receiving your diploma and moving on to bigger and better things. The first thing is this, is resiliency. As a group, you guys are a resilient group. You may have had the obstacles that hit you, they came your path, but with each and every step, you bounced back and overcame each one of those obstacles. So resiliency embodies who you are. The second piece is determination. Again, you guys have the drive and the determination to achieve no matter what comes your way. That has to stay with you as you move forward, whether that be at Florissant Valley Community College, whether that be in the Navy, whether that be out in the workforce. Continue to be determined and be hungry. You have to stay hungry in each and everything that you do. And the third thing is just simply following through. Ms. Fagan just said, make your words mean something. If you're going to say you're going to do it, commit to it and simply do it. Follow through. Those 3 things have got you here today, and those are going to be 3 things that are going to help you to be successful from here on out in the future. Again, with the resiliency, the determination, and the follow through, keep those things right in front of you as you overcome each and every obstacle that will come, because they're going to continue to come. There's going to continue to be hurdles, and life's not going to be perfect. But you know what? It will be a success because you're a success. So again, I'm proud and blessed and honored to be your principal. I want you to remember this one last thing. Once a comment, always a comment. You're not shaking us. So again, congratulations. Now I'd like to bring up Ms. Patricia Clausen, the Senior Principal for Student Services.
Good evening. So this is especially for you all, class of 2013. This was a fun bunch to work with. I'm looking at it. former office aides and just frequent flyers who came to see me because they just wanted to say hello. So I will miss seeing all of you all. It's been a pleasure to work with you. There's a story of a young but determined Zen student who approached his teacher and asked the master, "If I work very hard and diligently, how long will it take for me to find Zen?" The master thought about this, then replied, 10 years. Next, the student said, "But what if I work very, very hard and really apply myself to learn fast? How long then?" The master thoughtfully replied, "Well, 20 years. But if I really, really work at it, how long then?" asked the student. 30 years was the response. After a brief period of confusion, the disappointed student said, "But I do not understand. Each time that I say I will work harder, you say that it will take me longer. Why is that?" The master replied, "It is very simple. When you have one eye on the goal, you only have one eye on the path." Maintaining your focus and keeping your eyes, both eyes on the prize is what got each of you to this ceremony tonight. The most successful people are not afraid of failure, and they thrive on taking the right kind of risk. Know that when you take risks, sometimes you will experience failure. It is what happens afterwards that matters. When things go wrong, will you admit your missteps and take the measures necessary to correct them, or will you admit defeat and retreat to a corner? The primary difference between triumph and defeat is not about the willingness to take risks. It's about the mastery of recovery and rescue. In all actuality, the key to life is how well you prepare and plan for Plan B. But I have every confidence that you will master that skill. Your mere presence here tonight proves that you already have. Congratulations, class of 2013 at McClure High School. I am so proud. And now we will have Dr. Kelly Brock, who will read our graduates' names.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here tonight to celebrate your graduation. What an outstanding accomplishment. Each of you has experienced struggles and setbacks throughout this journey, and I want you to know how proud I am that you persevered and pushed yourselves to reach this goal. You've seen that success and good things in life don't always come easily, but that hard work is worth it and pays off in the end. If you take that same attitude forward in the next phase of your life, you will be successful on whatever path you choose to take. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors, and congratulations. You and your parents should be proud. Now for our first McClure grad, Dominique Dixon. Cheyenne T. Dorsey Stanton. D'Angelo McGarry. Jacqueline M. Nelson. Dondre L. Peete. Delonte D. Robinson. Brittany R. Thomas. John Thomas IV. Great job, Comet. I would now like to introduce Dr. Shane Hopper, Principal of McClure North High School, to present McClure North summer grads.
All right, today, I was sitting in my office on day 4 of the new school year, 2013-14, and I was thinking about what I want to say tonight at graduation. And I started looking at the senior panoramic photo from October, when you guys took the picture when we went outside on the parking lot. All 400 seniors in our class got out there. Some of the staff got out there. We all lined up. We squeezed onto those little bitty bleachers, and you guys stood there in a perfect stance. So we took that big old picture of all of you in the class. And I think the thing that was disappointing for me is in May, when you guys weren't able to walk the stage at that point, it's always a disappointment because I know you guys work so hard and you want to get there. And I know sometimes when I talk to folks that don't graduate on time and they have to put in the extra work in the summertime to be here for tonight, sometimes there's a little bit of a letdown. There's absolutely no reason to feel let down about anything. You're equal, as good, and the same as all the other students that stood there on that October bleacher tonight as the folks that walked stage in May. Sometimes it takes us a little longer to get where we're going. Sometimes we need a little extra help and perseverance to get where we're going. But you guys have earned your diploma from this school district and from McClure High School. And you have every reason to have your head very high tonight as you walk up here to take diploma, shake our hands, and enjoy the time with your family. So I'm extremely proud of you, and there should be no shame, embarrassment, anything like that you didn't do it in May. You are doing it now. So let's give you a big round of applause. Day 4 in the next school year, and here we are talking about the last school year. I'm very proud of all of you. You guys did an excellent job. You did what it takes to be walking across the stage, and I know you're going to do great things. You know, like Mr. Spiller told the comments, once a comment, always a comment. Well, I believe that too with all the McClure stars. I saw probably about 15 graduates over the last 3 or 4 years that came in the building today. And again, that's very sentimental for me because these are all the students that came before us, and they come back because they love McClure North. And I know you love McClure North too. Let's do this. Come on up, Mr. Schuler. Let's name, or Dr. Schuler, let's name some names. Let's shake some hands.
Justin Robert Arnold. Jason Michael Burns. Lawrence Duran Edwards. Emily Ann Harden. Michael Isaiah Hewley. Keon Cortez Johnson. DeMarco Montel Larry. Laura Elizabeth Lococo. Matthew J. Sifford. Alexis Janice Wade.
Congratulations, McClure North graduates. I would now like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Art McCoy, for congratulations and closing remarks.
If everybody in the house can give our beautiful graduates a round of applause, let's do that. You all are beautiful and you're brilliant. I'm going to make my comments brief. I'm going to try to. But I have to always tell several stories because in this room is greatness. And each of you are great. And I wish I could tell every one of your stories because you all have a story, you all have a testimony, but you all have a purpose that's deep and it's real. If you hold on to that purpose and you hold on to that strength that got you here, there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. First thing I want to tell everybody is this. I'm going to do it this way, through a story. There was a man that asked God, show me a vision of heaven. And God took him into a large room, gave him a revelation. And there was a table, a large table with thousands of people around it, and a succulent pot of stew in the center of the table. And every person, thousands of people had their spoons, and they wanted access to this. They wanted this good food from this succulent stew that had beef, that had corn, and had everything in it. It was smelling good. And thousands of people wanted to get some of that. They took their long spoons, and they dipped it into the stew, took their spoon out, and tried to feed it into their own mouths. But as they got it to their mouths, the spoon was so long that it had all the stew slip out. And so the people were moaning, complaining, grumbling. They were starving. They were malnourished. They were in hell. God took that individual out of that room and showed him another revelation. Took him into a room with tens of thousands of people, twice a larger table, double-length spoons, even further. and a smaller pot of stew. The stew was still smelling good. Everybody's like, we want some of that stew. The people were putting their spoons and trying to accurately put it in that stew to take it out. And they took their spoons, and instead of reaching it to their mouth, they extended it across the table to their brother. Extended the spoon to their sister. Extended the spoon to their mother, to their father, to their children. And in that room, everyone had, according to their needs, what they needed to be nourished and what they needed to be made whole. Let me say, in this room, there are mothers, grandmothers, aunties, uncles, stepdads, stepmoms that took their spoons and instead of feeding their mouths, fed a little bit into each one of you. If you are one of those mamas, grandmamas, grandparents, dads, stand up so you can be recognized in putting your spoon into their mouth. We appreciate you. Young people at this table, never forget that no man is an island, no woman is an island. Great things are only accomplished with working together. You can only do great things by working together, and you have a responsibility to take your spoon now and feed yourself, but feed someone else. Your testimony, your story, your success. You have a responsibility and charge because you have something that many young people don't have, and that's perseverance. It was stated here as resilience, stick-to-itiveness. So many young people can't even stick to the same video game for 5 minutes, let alone a TV channel. But you chose to make sure that you didn't quit. There's a poem that I use when I'm discouraged and down. There were many times when I was young and down. And this one I committed to memory. I can say it from memory, but because it's been a long day, I'm gonna make sure I get every word right. And that's don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometime will, as the road you're trudging seems all uphill, and it's real hard. When your funds are low, broke sometimes, and your debts are high, you owe a lot of people. When you want to smile, but you have to sigh, which is a frown. And when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. You see, life is queer. It's weird with this twist and turn. And as every man sometimes learns, he might have won had he stuck it out. Because your success is just a matter of one more day of sticking it out. So don't give up, though it seems so slow, because you may succeed, and you have today, with just another blow. One more semester, and you did it. So make sure that you understand that success is failure turned inside out. Success is failure turned inside out. It's the silver tints of the clouds of doubt. There are many people who doubt it. Sometimes we doubt ourselves. But it's the silver tints, the clouds of doubt, and you can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. Because it's when things seem worst that you mustn't quit. I charge you to remember that because you embodied that poem. Don't quit. Don't quit today learning, studying, being hungry for success. Because there are others out there that are just as hungry. And the person who's faithful to the end is the one that will get the reward. So be faithful to yourself. Be faithful to your family. Be faithful to your future. Because it lies in doing what you've just done just here. We love you. We thank you for making us a better school district. Because we can only brag on TV and everywhere that we have a 92% graduation rate because of people like you that continue to go. I know I'm going lower than I expected, but I promised the communities of people that I would share the praises of the people here every time I get a chance. McClure South Berkeley had a 95.6% graduation rate before you graduated. The highest in this district ever. The highest ever. So after you get is for certain 96%, if not more. And each one of you, that's the highest we've ever had. 92% for McClure, 92% for McClure South Berkeley, for McClure North, excuse me, because new leader in the house. McClure North has always been the leader, but McClure South Berkeley is the leader now. Thank you for making that true. Thank you for having Ferguson-Florissant be able to not be in any mess or on the news every day. Make sure that you know people are watching you. They're watching you when you don't expect it. They're watching you when you do. You represent us and you represent those who love you in addition to yourself. So when you represent well because we're proud of you and we know who you are, you know who you are. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Have an awesome, awesome break and then get back to work. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McCoy. I would now like to introduce our board president, Mr. Paul Morris, for congratulations and closing remarks as well.
Thank you, and congratulations to all of our 2013 graduates. I too was a summer graduate in college, and I failed one class, so I had to take it over, you know about that. And I took too many of the classes that I liked, so I had to take something to make the graduation requirement. So I had to go to summer school. But the light at the end of the tunnel is that my diploma is exactly the same as those graduated from Mac, and so is yours. So take that to heart. It's a good diploma. Congratulations for doing it. It's people from McClure North, this would be my last chance to talk to any of the kids that I had in class. You would be freshmen when my last year of teaching, and you were retired. I don't know if I had any of you in class or not. I can't remember. I'm getting old. But finally, unless there's somebody on the 5-year plan that I had in class, let's hope that doesn't happen. But it does occasionally. But anyway, I just wanted to say that you would have been my last class that I had. Thank you for that. It was a great journey at North. I loved it. And a wise man once said, "Don't stand between cake and teenagers that are hungry." And so that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to let you go eat cake. All right? Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. So if you see on our program, we are having a reception over just across the way through the doors in the boardroom. We'll take pictures of the graduates together, do a class picture, those sort of things, and also there's cake and punch. So we're having a board meeting in this room at 7 o'clock. So that's when we're going to take all of the graduates and the families over there for our reception. And congratulations to pictures of principals will go over as well. So we can take more pictures with principals if we didn't get one up here. So thank you all, and again, congratulations to the graduates.